what we saw here, technically it was really incredible. So was that running on a PC or what was it running on?
So this is actually representative of what it will be like on Xbox One X.
Okay.
And I mean,
So same GPU and sort of.
Yeah, I mean, like
on a dev kit, or this is a PC that same scope?
It was captured on a PC of the same
right.
kind of spec. But we.
Now, it would be very easy for me to come out here and give you the kind of news that you would like to hear. But I'm not going to do that, because I've got some bad news.
Microsoft E3. Let's talk about what I like first, because there's not too much to talk about in that regard. The Scorpio's official name is the Xbox One X, and it's $500, and Microsoft announced backwards compatibility with original Xbox games. The name is decent, the price is good, and adding in original Xbox games will help their Game Pass ensure that no matter where Xbox goes in the future, that all of your games and all of your discs will remain relevant. The fact that it's even smaller than the original Xbox One S is also good, but that's where and when everything good ends. And that's where this conference turns out to be one of the worst conferences of all time. This conference proves what I've said in the past without a shadow of a doubt, that Microsoft has no studios, that Microsoft has no developers. Everyone was expecting all these surprise announcements for big games, but like I said before, how are you going to announce any big name exclusives if you don't have any big name studios? If you don't have, hell, any studios? All Microsoft showed was indie games, multiplats, and ports of old PC exclusives. And this is funny because Xbox fans have been adamant about discrediting indie games, and they've been adamant about discrediting these games that have been prior PC exclusives, calling them niche and how nobody cares about them. But now they're loving these indie games, and that they're loving these old PC exclusives. Because, hey, prior to that, again, they claim that they were niche and nobody cared, despite these games having larger communities than most games on the Xbox One. But hey, if you're starving and somebody shits on your plate, guess what? You're gonna like shit. Now let's talk about how disastrous some of these announcements were. Instead of actually taking the time to develop exclusives or create studios to make games, they spent more time developing different ways to say multiplat, console launch exclusive. I mean, really, you know you're reaching when you find a way to call a game that's been on PC and is later coming to the PlayStation 4 as an exclusive, and that is absolutely embarrassing. So let's talk about some of the games that they announced. Forza 7, yet another Forza. Crackdown 3, I'm sorry, this game looks like trash. And where was all the epic building destruction that we saw prior? State of Decay 2, 2018, trash. Sea of Thieves, delayed to 2018, trash. And funny, because I thought Sony was the only one that announced games only for them to come out years later. Because State of Decay and Sea of Thieves were announced way long ago, and again, 2018. PlayerUnknown Battleground, a good game, but hey, I thought PC exclusives were niche and trash. Black Desert Online, yet another former PC exclusive, now being called a console launch exclusive. Conan Exiles, once again, yet another former PC exclusive, now being called a console launch exclusive. Minecraft, crossplay with the Switch. Code Vein actually looks kind of cool, but yet it's another multiplat with an anime style like a sort of a Souls game. Metro Exodus, I cannot wait for Metro Exodus because I love Metro games. But again, another multiplat, and even better, Albert Pinello. It is not running on the Xbox One X. What you saw here was PC gaming footage. So Xbox fans, hey, I'm sorry. BioWare's Anthem. Now this game looks awesome, but you know, after the whole Mass Effect Andromeda, can we really trust BioWare again? We have to wait and see. Assassin's Creed Origin looks absolutely amazing. And I say that because it reminds me a lot of The Witcher 3. Life is Strange, Before the Storm, yet another multiplat. Cuphead and Ori and the Blind Forest, cool games, but again, indie games, right, Xbox guy? I thought you didn't like these type of games. Deep Rock Galactic, The Last Night, The Artful Escape, Tacoma, Lucky Tale, like, is what you're coming to E3 with Microsoft? Really, this is what you are coming to E3 with Microsoft? I mean, did you think that yet another controller announcement of the Duke was going to change things? I mean, it wouldn't be an Xbox conference without some sort of controller announcement, would it? But like I said before, and like I said prior, this is just sad and pathetic. And as I said prior, this proves what Microsoft has and does not have. And this proves that Microsoft doesn't have any, or hell, many game studios. They don't have the talent nor the studios to create any significant number of big name exclusive titles like a Sony or like a Nintendo. And honestly, if you don't own an Xbox, this console, this press conference did little reason to convince you or convince anybody that if you don't have an Xbox One now, that you need to get one. And if you don't already own a PlayStation 4, I'm sure after Sony's conference tomorrow, you'll have realized just how truly outmatched and outgunned Microsoft really is.